It's your turn.
Hi, this is Wouter from Snow Sports Kaproon. I'm here with Andy.
From Snow Camps Europe.
Snow Scamps.
Snow Scamps. Snow Scamps, where Scampy is always on the menu. Snow Camps Europe. I think it's because the sun's in my eyes, Can't speak properly.
Okay,
And you
okay,
won't let me
okay.
drink any water.
I'll go and grab something.
I'm all right,
What are we
thanks.
talking about, Andy?
We are talking about. What are we talking about? So, this is what we're talking about. How many have we got? Eight.
Well, we've got a lot, but I think eight.
Eight.
Eight is enough.
Okay,
Seven
so
and a half.
are one of these eight, or maybe more of these eight things,
Seven and a half.
are one of these 7.5 things stopping you from enjoying your ski holiday to its fullest? So, first one,
Leaning back. Do you always lean back?
and if you do lean back, you probably are getting very fatigued legs, which means you get tired very quickly and you probably have to stop every other turn, every half a run to recover. So, if that's you, then say yes. Number two,
Well, are we not saying something about it?
well, if you're leaning back, you obviously need to come a little bit more forward,
And how
right?
would you do that?
So, there's many a ways you can do it, but one easy way is if you're just stood on the skis, on the flat with the skis parallel, and you take a big breath in and go, and just let everything relax. You should bend at the ankle, you should bend at the knees. Everything will just drop a little bit and you should become centered on the ski. It's just one way you could do it. How would
Okay.
you do it?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, keep the pelvis over your feet or stand. Some people just need to stand up a bit more. But yeah,
Feel a bit of
if it's
pressure on your
one of
shin.
you, correct.
Yeah.
Try this out.
Okay.
Number two, leaning or what did you want to say?
Was it leaning inside or
Tipping
tipping?
inside. Yeah.
Tipping inside. So if you're tipping inside, you've probably got all of the weight on your inside ski. You may find that you fall up the mountain all of the time because the legs just go from underneath you. Yeah?
You're bracing. You're drifting. You can't get on the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, if you're tipping, stop tipping. Or if you're going to inclinate at the start of the turn, then you have to balance it out by getting over the outside ski.
Take the weight of the inside ski.
Also, because if you take it off the inside, it's got to be on the outside, right?
Correct.
Unless the outside's in the air and then you on the floor again.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. So is that you? Are you tipping in and only on your inside ski? What's number three, Wouter?
Turning with your body instead of your legs. You're rotating with your body. All these things does not must be fun to ski, does it?
Well, that's why I'm saying if you answer yes to any of these 7.5 things, then you're not enjoying your holiday to the fullest because turning like this is not enjoyable. It takes
No.
way more effort than if you turned with your feet and you let the body follow the skis.
Or yeah, you rotate the legs from your hip socket, for example. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's much more fun as well. And you can actually edge and get a bit more grip.
yeah.
Much more fun.
All of these things have simple solutions, and we're going to tell you at the very end the main solution.
Are you going too fast?
Are you gaining speed with every single turn?
Especially short turns when it's getting steeper.
Possibly, yeah. Or as well. And if you are, then it's normally because you're not turning enough. You're not turning the skis around to get you across the mountain or even going back up the mountain, what we call finishing the turn. Because if with each turn you have more time that you spend in the foreline, you're going to become faster and faster and faster. What normally happens is you purposely fall over to stop or you crash. Yeah. Then you have to reset and you go off again. And after the third turn, you've started to accelerate again and again and again. Okay? And this is a really easy thing to fix.
Correct. Icy conditions.
Losing grip. Okay? Are you losing grip? Do you find that you just can't ski ice, that you just slide or chatter over the ice?
Correct.
If you do, that has a solution.
Slushy snow.
Or you're not going to give them a solution for
Oh,
ice.
yeah, yeah. Well, edging, angulating from the legs,
You need to learn how to
edging,
edge.
and edge
Use your
early.
edges.
Edge very early. That
The
is the key
the
trick.
skis will grip if you make the ski do what it needs to do to grip. But once it grips, boom, you're there.
Yeah, we need to bend the ski through and edge it.
What's the next one?
What would you do in slushy snow, Andy?
Slushy snow. So it's not so much what would you do, but do you find slushy snow impossible to turn in? Because most people who can't ski slush will not be able to turn in slush. And there are a few ways of getting down slush. One of them is you need to use a lot more pressure. You need to use your leg muscles a little bit more than if it's a perfectly groomed slope. I quite like to just rip through it and carve it. But then if you can't carve, you can't just do that.
Correct.
You know? What else can help in slush?
Going a bit faster, longer in the fall line, having a narrow stance.
Yep. Bring the feet together. The two skis will cut through the slush a little bit more easily.
It's one unit, yeah.
Yeah.
Skis.
Yeah. Works more like a snowboard in that respect. But you shouldn't snowboard. But
go have more momentum in the slush.
yeah, because
there's
the slush
much more
itself will slow you down.
resistance, and if you have more momentum, there is of course less resistance.
Yeah. And also, if you are skiing in slush, as a lot of people are at the moment when we're recording this, is make sure your skis are waxed with a wax suitable for snow that has a high water content, because that will also make it a little bit easier. A little bit easier. Every little helps. And what is number 7.5?
If you always grip with your toes in the
Yes, this is a good one.
now this is 7.
This is 7.
We have a half.
And we have a half. So number 7, do you find yourself trying to hold the sole of the boot with your toes like this? Because if you do, your boots are probably too big, or you've not fastened them up properly. Yeah?
Or you're scared.
Yeah. And also, what that does, if you do this, it quite often pushes the ankle back. You could end up in that back position.
I like it.
Yeah? Equally, if you curl them up, it could bring the ankle forward. But that's a conversation for another day.
Yes.
Now tell me, what's the half? 7.5.
Are you always stuck on the same level? Do you want to take your skiing to a next level where it's a little bit more fun? Because we came to this subject really because this week and last week there is so many skiers who would have so much more fun if they do some simple tricks and tips. Do a little bit of lesson, get some tips, and you'll enjoy the skiing so much more.
Yeah. So have you hit a plateau is what we're saying.
Correct.
Whether you've plateaued as a beginner or as an intermediate, even as an advanced skier, you may have hit a plateau in certain
Correct,
areas.
because the better, it's with anything, the better you get, the more fun it gets.
Yeah. So was it 7.5 or 8.5?
That is 7.5.
7.5 things. Did you answer yes to one or more of those? If you did, watch this again, listen to the tips we've given you, but also consider taking some lessons.
With me.
Because,
Not with
no,
Andy.
with me, not with him. He doesn't know anything. Come to me. Way more fun. And I don't smell. Or have millions of kids I have to go home to. So I'll go to après ski with you as well. So yeah, if you have, then consider taking lessons with me or
Me.
Wouter.
Me.
And you will start to enjoy more of the
Correct.
time on the slopes. And there are a lot of people that we've seen this week. They're just not enjoying themselves because they can't do what they want to be able to do because they haven't learned anything since they last learned something, which was probably a long time ago.
Or they've learned something wrong, you know.
Also
because there's
possible.
So much misconception with skiing and ski instructors.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, the fact is, the summary of this is, maybe not with us, but if you're in a resort somewhere, it's always good to do a fresh up with a ski school or someone, who is a professional. It makes the difference. It really does. And always ask for a higher qualified instructor.
Or a very experienced one who's also highly qualified. Because there are some highly qualified that have got no experience.
Right.
That's another podcast for another day. It's Andy for Snowcamp Europe
And Wouter from Snow Sports Kaproon.
saying bye for now. Say bye.
Bye.